y'all? Good evening. It's your girl Chrissy, and thank you so much for coming back to check me out yet a mother freaking again, mother effer. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm happy to see you. So I want to caution everyone. This video is just going to give you some real tea, point blank and period. I don't care how you feel about it. If you feel some type of way, disperse. Why are you here? Why do you keep coming back? I'm just trying to figure it out at this point. So there's a few things I want to let loose. One, I just want to caution you guys that, whenever you come across any video on my channel, you are liable to come across something that you do not agree with. You are liable to coming across something that's gonna make you be like, you know what I mean? Because it's more like the audacity of her, or how dare she, you know what I mean? But that's me, you know what I mean? And who gonna check me? And furthermore, if you think that you're going to check me on my page, on my channel, or wherever in real life, I'm going to check you right back, period. One thing I don't tolerate here on my channel is disrespect of any kind, okay? You can state your mother freaking opinion, say how you feel, but do it respectfully. I know there were videos that I have done, in particularly a video that I have done that caused a lot of ruckus, and it's still there for the clout, you know what I mean? But a lot of people so-called themselves defining who I am by that one video, and I literally have about 200 videos on my channel that you can really get the true idea of who I am, how I am. And so-and-so, whoever this chick was, she really had no face, no trace, but she took it upon herself to make a statement that I didn't see until after our little combative session was done and over with. I don't know why YouTube does that, but it was annoying. So I'm just going to address it. One of the things that she said was that, oh, we can see right through you and you're miserable and we see through you. And it's just like, girl, if you watched one other video, choose your pick, beside the whole regretting my lock sprinkle video, you can see that I am extremely transparent about everything. You know what I mean? There's no see-throughing me. You know what I mean? Because what I want you to know, you are going to know. And when it comes down to underlying issues that I have been very vocal about anything and everything that I go through. You know what I mean? In a nutshell, you know what I mean? I don't put the direct issues that I have going on out there for the world, but I have been very transparent on this channel, more than a lot of mother effers that I know, more than a lot of mother effers that have a huge following. You feel me? So one thing you can't call is, oh, see-through, because I make that very apparent. I make it so that you can see me. You know what I mean? So aside from that, the cat calling, name calling, I know some people may be confused. I think some people leave comments under that video because they think that I'm not going to say anything back, because there are a lot of comments that don't have my response connected to it. And that's simply because when I switched over to the brand, rather than, being connected to my personal email address or whatever the case may be, I was warned, that all of my comments, my previous comments to, responses to other people will be deleted. I've responded to everybody, and as you guys can see, I'm very detailed, I'm very lengthy. So all of those comments got deleted. So it just looks like people were leaving comments and I was sitting back being mute. Sis will never, excuse me, I would love to come to a place where I can just sit back and be in mute, but I have all day to play. You know what I mean? I don't have a large following. I don't have comments coming left and right where I can't respond to. If you come for me on my page, I'm coming for you, and that's just bottom line. You know what I mean? So now that we got that out the way, I just wanted to let that be known because I think Mother Effers got me confused with somebody else or somebody that they thought that I was. But I am very straightforward about who I am, how I'm feeling. Like, that's just me. Love it or hate it, that's just me. You don't have to come back. You don't have to watch another video. You know what I mean? But anything negative you leave on my page, it is bringing nothing but more traffic to my page. So I appreciate you nonetheless, in a very sarcastic, nonchalant way. But aside from that, I want to talk about this interaction that I had today. So yeah, now that I'm single, you know, I'm free to speak to whomever, you know, and that includes entertaining fools during the quarantine. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna insert this picture. Yeah, so I posted this picture on my lock page. My personal page has been deactivated for quite some time. So I posted this picture, and I was a little apprehensive about posting the picture because I know how men are, particularly guys, immature guys. I don't like to call immature guys men because you still have some growing and developing to do to get you to that point for me to acknowledge you as a man. I know a lot of times guys' favorite line is, well, I'm a man. No, you are a guy. That's what you are. A man has more self-control. But I posted a picture where my back was turned. Now, you guys really can't tell because all I do is shoot from here up. But I had put on some pounds, you know what I mean? I gained some weight and I got a little heavier than I was before, you know. And, you know, I'm very curvy, always been curvy, whether I was size 1, 2, 3, or size 8, which I am currently, 8 going on 9. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm more curvier, you know, so the same photos that I used to take in the past, I like to turn around and have my back turned just to give you a different angle. You know, I used to model back in the day, so I'm not just going to give you face selfies all the time or shoulder or this length, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you different things. And on my lock channel or lock page, if you ever got a chance to explore that page, whether you follow me or not, you would know that it's a very unique page. It's very artistic. I literally visualize my page before I execute it. And if you have no idea what that is, just follow un_popular_locks on Instagram and I will add you and you'll be able to get a feel of what I mean. It's literally like a page you never come across before, literally. You know what I mean? And I love it that way. It's a very unique page and I deliver things very uniquely in an artist type of way because that's just me expressing my creative side. So all in all, I developed this plan where I'm like giving like photo shoots or whatever, which were done so much better back in the day, which I'm going to get back into once this whole quarantine thing is over with. But I took some selfies. My whole page is selfies, but some look like they're professional shoots because I invested in backdrops and, you know, just put a little twist on it. So anywho, I posted this picture. And I knew that I was going to get like the dogs rolling in an inbox, you know what I mean? I knew I was going to get, oh, what's up? Good morning. How are you? You know, the likes, blah, blah, blah. I knew I was going to get that, you know what I mean? And I'm a woman. I'm a grown woman. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm going on 32 next week. So I know what it comes with and I know how to handle it, you know what I mean? So the random, you know, good morning, beautiful, I delete those. But there have been a few guys that I've been in communication with, you know, just to pass time. I like to, you know, now that I'm single, you know what I mean, and I don't have a male to talk to on a regular basis, I entertain in the inbox here and there. So one of the guys, I can tell he's younger, like he looks like a baby, but you know, not a baby, but like you can tell like he's in his 20s. You know, maybe early to mid 20s or whatever the case may be. Very handsome young man, very handsome, but he has a baby face. You know, the older you get, the younger they look. That's what he got going on. So anywho, you know, he, you know, reaches out to me here and there. I respond, you know, he'll respond to my, you know, stories or whatnot, and I reply. That's pretty much it. So he decides to take it upon himself today to express himself, you know, and he said that, you know, that I was being very naughty lately on my page, and yeah, he's not lying, but I asked him, you know, why? Like, why do you say that? There is a reason why I have been a little naughty on my page, but I'm not going to release that just yet. I don't know if I will, but whatever. Anywho, I started to write like, yeah, I expressed myself, you know, this, that, and the third, but I knew exactly what he meant and where he was going with it, so I just didn't. And I was just like, well, how so? And he just sent me my pictures that I posted on my page, and he was just like, you know, this, I can put my face in it, and I'm just like, whoa, here we are, here we go. Now, I'm the type of woman that if I see a man, it's not a man, I gotta stop using that phrase, or that word to describe a guy. But if I see a guy walking, if I see any guy, male, walking and his pants are hanging halfway down his butt, I am going to stop him and I'm going to tell him, sir, you know, I don't want to be rude or anything, but I just want to let you know, you know, you need to pull your pants up, because for a woman like me who was raised by a gay man, that lets me know that you're gay. You know what I mean? Like, that's the straight off signal that you give us women when your pants sag and you're out in public. Okay? And that's just an FYI, whoever is watching this. Keep your pants up, period. You know, I did it to my son all the time. Son, pull your pants up because it looks like you're gay. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I ain't gay. Well, pull your pants up. Not discrediting anybody that is gay, but if you're not gay and you have your pants sagging, it's sending the wrong message. And if that's not the message that you want to send to us women, then I suggest you pull your pants up, period. So that's just to give you an idea of the type of woman that I am. So, you know, I sent him a message back like, how do you think that it's appropriate to, I didn't say that. I was just like, you know, I understand that you are young and you don't have control over your hormones and you're still developing. I totally get that. But I need you to recognize that, you know, a woman like me, all I did was turn around. Like, that's literally what the captions say. Like, why you mad because I turned around? Like, all I did was turn around. You know, looking at me, you probably think, oh, she's just an average girl. I don't know if you think I'm average now, honey. But you probably think like, oh, she just got, you know, a cute shape, or she may have a nice body or whatever. She got a little belly, a little more to love, which I don't mind, FYI. And when I turn around, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't expect that from you. And granted, a lot of people don't, especially when I put on weight, it just gets heavier. Not to be talking about my glutes like that, but just to give you an idea. And I think it catches some guys off guard and they have to say something. And when they say something, I'm just like, okay, that doesn't move me. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's necessary to bring it up because I feel like, you know, you guys need to learn how to control yourself. I had literally posted this. Okay, and basically it was saying, you know, a man who can't control his penis, you know, whatever that thing said. So I'm going to paraphrase it and say like, it's a negative thing if I see that a guy cannot control his hormones. You know what I mean? It's unattractive. It's not sexy at all. You know, it lets me know that you are someone who needs to work on self-control and you have no self-discipline. And for a guy that has no self-discipline is a dangerous thing to play with. A dangerous man to play with, or a guy to play with. You know what I mean? Because that means they don't have enough control to turn down temptation. Now, I'm not going to say that temptation don't happen. Temptation happens. Like, I remember specifically asking a question one time, like, well, what would you do if somebody grabbed, like a chick grabs your junk? Like, what you gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna brush her off. Really? Like, I know you. That's all you gonna do? Like, you just gonna brush her off? What she, what if she's aggressive and she just pulls it out? You gonna let her suck it? Like, you know what I mean? A man that has self-control and self-discipline is the man that, one of the attributes that I look for in a guy. So the way a guy, at the end of the day, a male is a male, and I can understand a guy that a man who appreciates a woman figure, you know what I mean? But he's not gonna act on impulse and say things like, oh, I wanna put my face in it. And I had to furthermore say in the inbox, like, and I hope you ain't just going around putting your face in cakes, because that's the phrase he used. I want to put my face in your cake. Like, I hope that's not what you're doing, because you're going to put your face in the wrong cake and come out with something. You know what I mean? Like, he's young. I get it. You know what I mean? And you have to be able to correct when they're wrong. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, miss. I didn't mean to offend you. I wasn't offended. I get it. I understand you don't have any self-discipline. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's my duty to let you know what's up and what's appropriate and inappropriate. You know what I mean? You may be embarrassed, but I'm not offended. I know this comes with this picture. I'm fully clothed. Yeah, the shorts is tight, is revealing, you know what I mean? But I feel like, why should us women have to tone down something that is normal, something that is a regular picture? You know what I mean? If I was freaking 20 pounds less, when I was 20 pounds less, it wasn't like, oh, it wasn't all of a big deal. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have to hold back of my creativity and my poses, because I'm not out here spreading it wide, bald eagle. I literally came across a few chicks pages, and they literally like have thongs on G-strings, and you can see their butthole. Like, it's just crazy what is there on Instagram. And I'm like, you don't see none of that on my page, so why would you even come to me like that? You need to recognize who you are dealing with. And I feel like that's a lot of niggas' problems. You know what I mean? They don't understand who they dealing with. You know what I mean? They don't care to pay attention. They're not using the correct brain. They're using the small little head. You know what I mean? And that small little head got them acting off an impulse. And if you really took the time to recognize, you like, okay, like, she obviously don't get down like that. Her page is very poised, very classy. Yeah, she has some sex appeal to her. She likes to get sexy, but she keeps it very classy. She ain't out here. Cause I'm like, the pages that I come across, child, like, where is the dignity? You know what I mean? Like, they literally are prostituting on IG, like, hands down. So I just felt the need to put that out there as well. I feel like us women, we just like, I don't get those type of inboxes, you know what I mean? Because for one, I never gave that impression, you know what I mean? Even on my personal page, I don't ever get a guy inboxing me, I want to put my face in it. They know I got a nice booty. They'll put heart eyes and leave it at that, because they know me. They got respect for me. And the people that I follow on my personal page and that follow me, like, know me. Like, I knew for years. We know each other. We actually met. You know what I mean? This ain't just random people. Like, nah. So the people on my lock page, they are all people that I've never seen in my life, and I'm just making genuine connections because they're lockheads. I would say 99% of my lock page are lockheads. You know what I mean? At some point, I can't even say 99, 95, because a lot of them done chopped off their locks, and I don't know where it went, okay? But yeah, so, I've never even gotten that in my inbox. So to get that for the first time today, I was a little appalled, but at the same time, I expected it. You know what I mean? Like, all a girl did was turn around. I'm not bent over, this, that, and the third. All I did was turn around, to give a different shot because of the vision that I had, which is there. you know what I mean, the vision that I had for my page, you know what I mean? And I was apprehensive about it because I knew like guys are going to be drooling, you know what I mean? But they need to know to have enough control to keep them thoughts to themselves. So I definitely made that known. And I feel like he was embarrassed because I, you know, called him out on it or whatever. But, you know, it is what it is. He'll grow up and he'll get over it. And I'm just praying that, you know, as he gets older, he just knows how to approach a woman, you know, and to pay attention to the signs. Just because she turns around, like, I can't help that I'm curvy. You know what I mean? So don't disrespect me because I turned around. Like, period. Don't disrespect me because I turned around. I love my body. I embrace who I am. I feel self-conscious even turning around in the picture, you know what I mean? Because I know they're going to say something about it, you know what I mean? But I don't want to have to feel like I need to tone down my creativity or where I was going with it because you can't control your hormones. So that's pretty much, you know, to sum it up, that was pretty much, you know, what my response to him was. And, you know, he didn't respond back, you know, after I said, you know, I'm not offended. You know, I just felt like it's my duty to let you know what it is. What's up? You know what I mean? He didn't respond. I don't even know if he following me anymore. I didn't check, but he probably deleted me or something after that. But, you know, I think guys just need to have a lot more self-control because, you know, not all women are purposely trying to send out that message. Now, I know I was, you know, doing something different on my page, which threw a lot of people off by me turning around. I can't help what my mama gave me, okay? But at the same time, you know, respect me. You know what I mean? Respect that woman. Some women, we just can't help the curves we have. That doesn't mean that we want to be, you know, we want to be called out and inboxed and saying, oh, I want to put my face in it, because that is a major turnoff. Like, the first thing that comes to my mind when a guy says that is how many other girls you told that to and how many other girls you just smashing your face in. Like, that's just disgusting, you know? And I also want to go on to say that, you know, I make these things known. Like, honestly, when I'm in a relationship, I am very sexual. You know, I'm at the top of my game. I'm all in. There's no complaints, you know, but that's when I'm in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship right now, and I am practicing celibacy. You know what I mean? Proudly, boldly. I have no intentions of having sex. You know, and I haven't had sex in months, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a big deal when I haven't had sex in a year, because this is nothing new to me. I practice celibacy a lot, and not to save myself to marriage, but to save myself for the right one. But this time, I'm just saving myself for the right man, and the right one before is the right one that I felt like, you know, the guy that I chose, you know, that I chose to be with. And this is the man that I'm going to be with and that I want to give it up to. You know what I mean? But now I'm at a place in my life, especially stemming from my last relationship too, where I was so turned off by sex. Like, you have no idea. I'm really disgusted by sex, because sex with my ex became it just became disgusting because of him, you know what I mean? And because sex wasn't intimate and it wasn't sacred, you know what I mean? So it became disgusting. And after we would have sex, we would be in a full-blown argument literally 40 minutes later and not speak to each other for 2-3 days. So it became traumatizing to me. Like, this is what's been happening. We would be good, and this what happens, and now sex equals bad to me, you know? So the man that I'm saving myself for is the man that he's going to enforce us waiting to marriage. I don't want to have to be the one to enforce that, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to settle until, like, I have an idea of what I want, and I'll talk about that in a whole nother video. But at the top of my list, how I would easily recognize the man for me is the man that is willing to wait till marriage, you know, that will value my you know, my serenity, you know, my little piece of innocence that haven't been touched for a while. You know what I mean? Something that I worked hard on, you know what I mean? And somebody that's just not nasty all the freaking time, and that's not all he think about. You know, I want somebody to be able to spend time with me and enjoy me, and we develop that strong urge, but he still knows the bigger prize is once he crossed that threshold, you know what I mean? So, and that threshold, I do mean wedding bells, you know, we become one. So yeah, I just wanted to point those facts out. If you feel offended, F you. Anyways, thank you so much for checking me out and tuning in. Peace of love, love and harmony, and be blessed. Yes.